Hey guys, today I've got the Hoopty here. LEGO sent this early to review, and of course all thoughts are my own. This is a very controversial LEGO Marvel set because what you see here is $90. No, I'm not kidding. 420 pieces, 3 exclusive minifigs, and a big old $90 price tag. I have to say, guys, I do think that the ship itself is pretty decent. We'll take a look at that, but it definitely has some issues, and the box art is pretty deceptive in one point. We'll get to that as well. And unfortunately, $90, basically $100 after tax, is absolutely egregious for this. To do a comparison, you get 3 minifigs and 420 pieces for $90 with this, or for $20 more, you can get the No Way Home Final Battle, which has 900 pieces and 9 minifigs. Again, for only $20 more. So, coming back to this set, it is not great in terms of value. Now, there are some cool things going on here, but I do just want to cut to the chase and say, unfortunately, I think that this is the worst MCU set of 2023. The price isn't there, there's just not a ton of play functionality, and I just can't get excited about this set. I've had it built now for about 2 weeks, and I keep coming back to it, keep trying to find things I like, but it's just a difficult set to talk about, so let's get a closer look and start talking about it there. So I think we need to look at it in context of the movie. The Marvels has been delayed several times. It's had several reshoots, several rewrites that are rumored. So this movie has been all over the map from the very start. Pairing that with how LEGO sets are designed, basically LEGO set designers are given a price point to work with, and then they have to work backward from there and create something to match that price point. So, considering how many times this movie was shuffled around, maybe the original design for this set was something different, something bigger, maybe a different scene or ship altogether, and then, as the movie evolved, they had to change it to fit what was actually going to hit theaters. That's just a theory of mine that I've got to throw out there because I can't think of any other rationalization how this set ended up being $90 for a movie that, let's face it, is probably the least hyped Marvel project this year. Right off the bat, when we talk about the minifigs, we do get 3 cats here. Actually, they're going to be Flerken in the context of the movie, but it is pretty good if you do want some cats, but I'm just keep coming back to the fact that $90 is way too much for what we are getting here, and unfortunately, these 3 adorable cats aren't moving the needle too much. For minifigures, we've got Photon up first. Now, this is great for people that missed out on Monica Rambeau from the first LEGO Marvel collectible minifigure series, and honestly, I don't really have very many complaints about this figure. Yeah, I know leg printing would have been nice, but in the movie, her legs don't really have much detail on her costume, so I'm not too worried about it. The head is really great too. We do get a reversible head here, which is really nice, and of course, the hair is super accurate as well, so no complaints on this figure. Up next is Captain Marvel, another figure that I don't have a ton of issues with, but I keep coming back to the $90 price point. For $90, do you really mean to tell me that the main character of the movie can't get arm printing or leg printing or even dual molded legs? I don't know. It really, really bothers me that LEGO is asking the price they are for this. The minifig torso is fine, the head is a reuse, the hair works fine. If we flip the hair around, you can see she's got like an angry fighting face on the other side. It is pretty bare bones and lackluster if you ask me. And finally, we have Ms. Marvel, who is both the best and the worst figure in this set. Allow me to explain. She's the best in terms of the torso and leg print. I mean, how great is that with the hip printing, the leg printing, the toe printing? But, come on, look at her next to Captain Marvel. There's no way that they should be the same height. They should have used the mid-sized legs, and we've seen them print on mid-sized legs in the Harry Potter theme, so there's really no reason they couldn't have given us this figure at mid-size. If we flip the head around, you can see that she does not have a mask on the other side, which I know a lot of people are bummed about because, this is going to be a lot of people's first Ms. Marvel minifigure. So it is a bummer that she doesn't have the mask. My guess is that in the context of the movie, because they're going to be in space, nobody knows who she is anyways, so she doesn't need to wear the mask. But come on, that's like having a Spider-Man movie without him wearing the mask for most of the movie. We really should have got the mask on the reverse side of the head just to make people happy, but it is what it is, and just one of many things that are not so great about this set. We also get an assortment of Power Blast pieces. You guys kind of know how these work. They just go on the character's feet or hands to have some effects going on. Don't really need to spend too much time on that, but definitely worth mentioning that they're here. And finally, we get to the set itself. All $90 of its glory right here before you, folks. I mean, we do have a lot of big pieces like these rounded pieces in the back, these rounded pieces, and that's all well and good, but it's just insane. The price is bonkers. Now, something I want to talk about that doesn't really have to do with the design and more of the quality control. You can see we get this big orange windscreen up front, which is really nice. But if we zoom in, look how it's all scratched up. Trust me, I haven't been playing with this and swooshing it around my house. This is how it came right out of the bag. We've got scratches all over it, scratches right on the middle there. And, you know, hey, I get that a little bit is okay, but that's a pretty bad one, and so is that one in the center. And again, when you're spending basically a Benjamin to get this set, it better be perfect, and that's definitely not perfect. So, the main play feature, of course, is the fact that this lifts up here. We do have a gap right here that gives you clearance to be able to lift up the roof, and then we get to the inside, where there is a lot of detail, and I must commend it because you can actually fit your hand in there to, you know, move the figures around and play. But I do want to show you something here. As we look at it, kind of twisting it side to side, check out the box art that they show us on the back of the box. It kind of gives you a perspective where you could open the side and play with it, based off of this one photo, and of course you really can't do that once we have the model in front of us here. The walls don't open on the side or anything like that, so I don't know. I had a much different expectation for how this set was going to open up versus how it does. It's not bad, it's just one of the more egregious, like, box art examples I can think of that shows a feature that isn't there or alludes to a feature that isn't there. Now, as far as the interior goes, we've got like a little bed in the back. I don't know if that's like a medical bed or something, but we do have some kind of little science instrument here, all kinds of stuff on the sides, plants, vinyl records, all that good stuff. We do have some stickers, some kind of like galaxy map on a tablet right there. Then we've got another of the Hoopty right here, probably like a schematics thing. And then on this side, it looks like we've got a call from Nick Fury coming in, so that's pretty cool as well. On the inside of the cockpit, you can see that there's room for all three characters. In the context of the movie, I'm not really sure where each character is supposed to sit, but you can fit all three there, and then when you close it, I do like a lot that you can see all three figures from the outside. I do like that, and that is definitely quite cool. I also like these orange pieces that are kind of like the windows here, and when we flip it around back, there are some very cool designs with more orange windows in the back, as well as the jet engine turbines, and of course, to bring it all together, we've got stud shooters up front. So that's going to bring this video to a close. So, you've seen the whole set, you've seen the whole thing. If this set was like $35 or $40, like the piece count would suggest it should be, honestly, it's not that terrible of a set. It's just really, really hard for me to justify suggesting this at the $90 price point, and I hate to sound like a broken record and just keep repeating it, but I can't make sense of it, and it's really hard for me to suggest, so if I were you, I'd try to wait until you can pick this one up on sale, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Is it the worst set ever? No. Is it the worst price set ever? It might be in the running. Anyways, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next video, and until next time, build on.